How is it going, everybody? I hope you are having a nice night, wherever you are, whatever you're up to. I just kind of felt like painting. Not really sure what I'm gonna paint. Might paint this troll. Might work on some towel. Should probably work on some towel at least a little bit while I'm figuring out what I want to do. We're gonna see if this paint is still at all viable. That's been going on for a little bit when those paint pots decided that they wanted to not function for me. Yeah, that seems pretty viable. That seems reasonable. So we're gonna shoulder on with that. I'll maybe work on Ghost Keel a little bit. I just felt like painting low-key. I haven't even announced this on my Discord, and I think I might be too lazy to do that right now. Because that's just, I just want to sit down on my desk and paint a little bit. So, if people notice and stop by, great. If nobody does, that is also okay. It's just kind of a random late-night Thursday. Felt like painting. So, I'll throw the camera on and we'll see if anything happens. Maybe I'll just hang around and talk or not do anything. We'll see. If anyone does stop by and they're like, oh, hey, Fives is painting and didn't announce it in the Discord, yeah, sometimes I'm allowed to just paint, I think. It's getting big in there, in that old Discord server that I got. Usually I'd grab a link for you guys, but like I said, tonight I'm especially lazy, so I might not do that. It's getting to the point where I get warnings anytime I at everyone. It's like, hey, do you really want to send this to all 38 people? And I'm like, wow, holy shit, there is 38 people in this server. All here just because I sometimes paint little guys. And they like hearing about how I paint little guys. I've got my old ghost music going in the background. People say that it sometimes sounds like it's haunted or whatever. I just pull up one of those stream playlists on YouTube. Just so there's something, Because, like, I'm talking, but I can't actually hear you guys. If you stop by to comment, it's not a noise, so. I like to have something in the background that just makes me feel like it's not just an empty room. This could be happening at a place with people in it. Or at least someone's bothered to put the gramophone on. I've almost bought a gramophone before. I have no use for anything like that. I own a record player and I only own a couple of records, but it's just for the mood of it, I guess. It is just for the mood. Continuing on with these key lime pie towel. I really like how this color builds up, and it looks good and relatively smooth. I think my music's just a little bit too loud, so I'm going to turn that down. Apparently, I'm also going to almost decimate my entire setup. That's much more subtle. That's better now. Yeah, my foot cut on the cable there, so almost knocked everything down. But I think we're good. Everything looks like it's still good. So, hopefully, everything's still all connected for you. If I randomly drop, though, and don't even notice, at least maybe it'll have looked like a cool crash on the screen or something like that. But hopefully everything just stays, nice and connected and there's no major lapses or anything like that. Just trying to kind of fill in anywhere that didn't get a good thorough coat the first go around. Should really be finishing up the smaller test model because that would be the easier one to finish, but yeah, I had the green paint out. Figured why not. It's gonna dry out eventually, so I might as well try and use up what I can. You can already see it's It's not quite as viable as it once was. It's got a solid patch that's dried up. Ugh. It's later than I usually stream, I know that as well. I was busy playing Borderlands with some good friends of mine, and then I was watching the latest episode of Survivor. So that's what I was up to before I decided to stream tonight. Yeah. So that was my exciting Thursday. I helped a couple of people at my job. Some customers on the phone were nice today. Some customers on the phone were rude today. So kind of a mixed one, if I'm honest. Sometimes customers can be the literal dumbest creatures on the face of the earth, and other times they're just average. But you know, we've all been there. I have no sympathy for customers as a whole. And I feel unfortunate anytime I have to be one, so I just try to be as easy and non-obnoxious as possible. I'm sure there are more good ones than bad ones, but God, the days where you get bad ones, that is all you can focus on. I did have time to read in between calls today, which has been nice. Been working my way through The Scum Villain Self-Saving System by Mojing Tongshu, who also wrote Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and Heaven Official's Blessing. So I've been reading through all of those. I think a new, part 3 for Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and Scum Villain Self-Saving System is supposed to come out soon. Or maybe it already has, and I'm just a little bit behind. Apparently, Scum Villain Self-Saving System is really fucking long, so maybe it's Heaven Official's Blessing. I know that Modao Zushi is only supposed to get 3 books, which is crazy. I watched the animated version of it, and the amount of stuff they managed to pack into 3 seasons is huge. I don't know how they're going to fit it all into 3 novels. Hector doesn't know either. Do you, Heck? You sure as hell don't. Yeah. We're gonna find out together, though. It'll be okay, baby. Finally got another great question in video games. Sometimes if I can't understand why something's happened in a video game, I'll just want to pursue that particular train of thought or question or whatever about the story for forever. Finally got that for Borderlands. I'd been enjoying going along with the story mostly because my friends were there and I was having a good time. And that's, socialization is a really good reason to play video games. But today, we went into the big H in the sky that they have in the Borderlands games, which is great. Love the big H. But inside one of the rooms, it's just a massive fucking brain. I have no idea what creature is the brain of, or where that brain came from. And apparently, according to my one friend, who's basically a Borderlands expert, that isn't really addressed or focused on or brought up. So I just have all these fucking questions about it. It's fascinating. I want to go back and see what kind of creatures there are in Borderlands that I might have missed by not doing certain fights or certain side quests, just to see if there's anything that matches that relative size to have had a brain that large. And also, why would they put that brain on the big H? There's so many other places that it would probably have been easier to keep that brain. So I gotta wonder about that shit. It sits in my mind and I can't dislodge it very easily. I don't know if other people get that way about questions with video games, but I sure as hell do. I sure as hell do. My friend Adam, who started painting minis, he's gone along and he's already doing more with minis. And my friend Mark showed him a couple of the basics of assembly. I can already tell he's going to be a much more competent painter than I am if he decides this is a hobby he likes and he wants to stick with it. He's going to clean mold lines. He'll thin his paint. Absolutely. Things that he never would have thought to even notice before about my paint jobs. He'll shortly be like, yo, Fives, you didn't clean that mold line. Yo, why ain't you ever thin your paints, dog? And I will not have justifications for any of these questions. Looking forward to it. It's always fun when new people get into the hobby. You are working on anything, do let me know. I'm always curious what people are doing during these streams. Most of the time people are painting, but you know, whatever part of the hobby you're doing, or if you're just like, I don't know, have me on for background noise while you're studying or some shit. A, do your homework. I will not be able to help you with it. But B, thank you also for watching. I appreciate it. I've never been able to have streams on as background noise. I get too distracted by them, so I'm impressed that anyone can. But I've, you know, if this is your background noise of choice, that's pretty cool. Happy to fill that role. And there's background noise in your background noise now, ever since I started putting on little weird playlists. So hope you enjoy that. That seems like a better coat of that green. So we'll go with that. I really need to change my paint water. If I come back and do another stream and I'm still using the same paint water. Cam, there it is. Welcome to the stream, but you should be doing your fucking homework. The fuck are you doing watching this stream? You know I can't help you with that science shit. You too smart for me. I don't know crap about science. What I do know about science is that it involves math. And I avoid math like the plague. So that was not a field I could ever go into. It just weren't going to happen for me. Thought about it for a while, you know, thought about it long and hard, how I want to paint this troll that I have. And as much as I can sometimes predict how things will come out before I start painting them, kind of see it in my head, I think he's one that I'm just going to have to trust the process on. I think I'm going to go for a strawberry milkshake towel, for whatever reason, not towel, troll. Excuse me, strawberry milkshake troll. I just feel like that'll be a good complement to my existing pizza army, while not also having to be with that army the entire time, if you get what I'm saying. So I think we'll start painting that tonight. I need him for a tournament that's coming up, so, I mean, I think I need him for a tournament. Good, good. Do your homework. Fairly math light. Instrumentation. Kind of just understanding how the instruments work. Okay. I didn't know you played an instrument. That's pretty cool. I tried to learn how to play the Chinese bamboo flute. I can kind of play it, but I cannot play it well. And it's one of those things I want to get back to learning. Someday. Depression and COVID kind of shot that one in the foot for me. one of those kind of the one that got away sort of hobbies, but now I have this, which is still quite nice. Oh, chemistry instruments. Yeah, see, that shows you about how much I know about chemistry, which is still a resounding 0%. I remember they were trying to explain to us half-lives once in, like, high school chemistry, and I was just like, none of the information that you say is real or has ever made sense at any point in anyone's life ever. It was just so beyond the scope of what I was able to comprehend. And you know, a lot of people say you probably just had a bad chemistry teacher, but like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I cannot develop a love for something like that when it's taught to me and I'm so fucking baffled by it. Like, I'm not just gonna go back and try and be interested in a subject that made me feel dumb all the time. Like, that's not a thing that people do, I don't think. I mean, I don't know, of course, but certainly not something that I intend to do. But what I can do is paint up this troll. And he's either going to be a strawberry milkshake, or I will paint him like, I don't know that strawberry's the right color for him. Already, we're beginning to doubt that this is the correct direction to go. He should probably just be painted up like my other pizza orcs. It's probably the smart thing to do. But I'm like, maybe I'll get another army that can... another team that can use a troll. So I don't know. I can at least lay down the pink and see how I feel about it. If it feels wrong, then it's wrong, and I'll just choose a different color, a different theme. It can be exhausting at times to not get it right on the first try, but I tend to not know whether something will look right or look wrong until I'm actually in the chair painting it. And I can either prime over it or paint directly over it. It'll all come right at the end. It's just paint. Can always be fixed by a few more layers. Took long enough for me to decide on those Tau bean key lime pie. And they're not even done yet. Yeah. I don't know how you would ever want to go back to chemistry after having hated it in high school, but kudos. I hope that you are able to complete your chemistry instrument homework without too much trouble. That is the nice part about being graduated from college and high school and all that kind of crap. I never have to worry about doing homework ever again. Such a bullshit concept. Like, I'm already going to school for a million hours. You want me to then go home and do more work? Madness. It's like working off the clock, except, you know, no one's paying you to go to school. I remember how unfair that felt as a kid. I was not a good student. I did okay, like, you know, I could memorize stuff for a test or whatever. But in terms of actually learning and retaining, that was, it's not my best. I would just memorize whatever study guide we had right before I took the exam, remember it for the exam, and then forget it. Just, you know, dump all that information, like that scene in SpongeBob where they're burning all the files. It worked. I don't know anything now in the real world, but I got through school. You know what, actually, he's starting to look pretty cute as a little strawberry. I think we'll keep it. I think we'll keep it. Trolls can be a little cute if they want to. You know? Sometimes it's a little hard to tell what is like troll skin and what is a pauldron or something, though. That I do worry about. Some of this is glove, some of this is troll skin. We'll figure it out in the end. It'll all get sorted. That's the thing about base coats, isn't it? You just kind of slap them on and hope for the best. Well, you do if you're me. I think I'm gonna do a lot of his like belly and stuff like that in a lighter color. I'm gonna add some red somewhere or another. He'll look alright in the end. But he does look proper silly now. Cats are out there in the kitchen acting like they never get fed, even though I just filled their bowl like an hour ago. They're silly little goons. Been watching Our Flag Means Death as well. Started that. It is quite good. I'm enjoying it. It's nice to get into a new television series. Although it is all out like as one batch on HBO Max, so which is great, but I also have no patience. And I've just binged it as opposed to watching it week by week. So, yeah, I'm on like episode 4 or 5 now. It's pretty funny. Taika is really just how wonderful it is that he just has the space to create whatever weird shit he wants to as a filmmaker. Like, it seems like he's having a great time as an actor from his films. It seems like he has a great time as a director. It's nice to see a creative person making weird stuff and being respected for it. I think as a creator myself who makes weird stuff and hopes to one day be respected for it, that, you know, it's nice. I have no idea how I'm going to paint the little goblin up in his hands. Probably the smart bet is to paint that little goblin up like the other goblins in my army. I gotta stop saying army on my Blood Bowl team. Who look like pizza. But some part of me is like, oh, just paint him like a blueberry. Can be strawberry and a troll with a blueberry goblin, and I'm like, Jesus Fives. You're on the weird paint scheme train tonight. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, why did I paint this troll strawberry pink? I have no memory of doing this. Could be finishing, you know, an Age of Sigmar army. Could be doing literally anything productive. But instead, I'm trying out troll color schemes. Sounds about right, doesn't it? I suppose any painting is, in a way, productive. I did finish Party Boy the other day. So that's a finished model for this month at least. My friend advised me to try and keep track of how many models I complete this year. And it's definitely interesting to see, like, some months I'm able to get a lot of stuff done, and other months not so much. Yeah, I'm painting! Sorry you were feeling lonely. I did drop off our discussion of Survivor because I was kind of like, I want to do a little bit of painting. I was just kind of in the mood for it, you know? So, I figured I would get a little bit done. Actually, I think I'm going to grab a sponge and start trying to get some build up to make this look more like pie crust. So, give me 1 second and I will be right back. He just posted a link to Beer Pig STLs. God bless that man. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Such an Alan thing to do. Ugh. Alright, so, with this magic tool of tiny sponge, we'll hopefully be able to achieve a more toasted pie crust look on this guy. That's the goal. That's the hope anyway. Ooh, this paint is fairly dried up. That's not good. Scrag brown is pretty good color for what I'm going for, so we'll have to see what we can get out of this. Looks like I will just, you know, always eventually be heading towards the game store to pick up paint. If I had, like, tweezers or something, I'd probably be using them for this, but I don't or can't find mine. Sometimes I'll take my snips for sprue cutting and just kind of pinch a bit of sponge in between there and hope for the best. Today, though, we're gonna see what we get. Might go with a bigger piece. Might try and get more paint out of the bottom there. I don't know. There we go. There we go. We're just gonna do some weird stuff, and hopefully some of it will work out, and if it doesn't, well, that's okay too. Then at least we've learned something. Learning how I don't want to do something is almost important as learning how I do want to do something. Either way, I'm learning. like, next time I paint these, I think I'm gonna paint all of the pie crust parts first, so that I can sponge them and not worry about getting the key lime parts dirtied up at all. That'll probably be smarter for me. Does really add a good bit of variety there, though, don't it? Hopefully this is showing on camera. If not, then you'll just have to trust me. I would appreciate something. What would I appreciate, Graz? I appreciate plenty of things. Mothmen, cats, tiny robots, not so tiny robots, orcs, ice cream sundaes, musicals where the lyrics are really clever. Love that. Like, Little Priest and Sweeney Todd has some of the most clever lyrics I think ever were written. All of those puns about cannibalism, I mean, yeah, they're puns about cannibalism, but they're good puns about cannibalism. Like, I'm not crazy for saying that. Don't look at me like I'm crazy for saying that. Don't even think that I'm crazy for saying that. I'm going to build this up with a couple different layers of sponges of color till we get a nice golden brown. I think that's probably going to be the process. Certainly there are some areas that I wish I had, you know, gone in and hit before, because they're going to be pretty tough to get into now. Especially with my, like, tweezers would be good if I had them. I, however, do not. So I'm either going to have to bite the bullet and make peace with possibly ruining some of the nicer paint that I did, trying to, you know, keep it clean on some of the green parts, or gonna have to try and be real careful with stuff. I don't know what the right answer is either way. There is no real guidebook on how to build something up to make it look like it's made out of pie crust. I am writing that guidebook with experimentation right now. But I'm gonna figure it out so that you viewer at home wanting to paint your own pie crust, you don't have to go through all this trial and error. You can simply observe me making every mistake and then just not make the mistakes that I've made when it's your turn. That's a service I'm providing free of fucking charge. You're not allowed to do something for a deadline or purpose, and fun only was the rule. Yes. That is so good. That is exactly it. Yep. I like that. Good man. That's good. I hope you get to do a bunch of fun stuff. Whether that is playing Frostgrave or, you know, whatever you get up to. I hope that maybe the birthday present that you received from a mysterious person in the mail, I hope that might bring you a bit of fun as well. Although I don't know which week you're going to be accessing that and which week is going to be your free, you know, you'll figure it out. I'm bad with dates and times and energy, math and chemistry, and all those other smart person subjects. I'm good at painting cow, though. Maybe I'm good at painting. I'm acceptable at painting towel. He's starting to look like he's got a bit of pie crust. I think for the harder to reach area... Oh, fuck. I got some sponge dust on his shoes. That's okay. We can fix that. We'll fix that eventually. For some of those harder to reach areas, I'm just going to stipple some stuff in with a brush. Probably not this brush. This is too big of a brush for that. Wrong brush. We'll use a shittier brush for stippling. We'll try anyway. It doesn't always work. But I think just adding a little bit of color variation will end up being enough so that it's not disturbingly flat, and should be enough to sell the overall effect. That's the hope anyway. Done one color. I think I'm gonna do a second color. I should have another brown line around here somewhere. Hopefully that'll provide enough variety after a bit of a wash to look like pie crust. Because then I think about the only other thing I have to do, besides, you know, cleaning up the mess I just made, so to speak, with getting a little bit of paint where it's not supposed to be. I'll need to do some washes, and then probably bump up the glowies by doing a bit of dry brushing around them to really make them look like they're actually glowing, would be the goal. This also... Did all of my brown paints simultaneously dry up all at once? Like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know what's happening. Probably it's because Citadel paint pot lids are, not the best design in the world. I've also had this paint for like 2 years. That sponge, that's not coming out of there clean. Yep, I have dropped the sponge into the paint. That, is unpleasant. I'm gonna sort this out off camera because that no one wants to see that. Yep, that's a sponge. Make mistakes, they said. Get messy, they said. I took that a little bit too close to heart. Birthday's the week ahead. You're really tempted to pack your birthday present to cheer me up on vacation. You said you were gonna do it. You should do it and open it on your birthday. I'm sure you can find, well, I hope you can find like three or 4 minutes to yourself just so you can open that up and be like, oh, this is what I got for my birthday this year. Everybody likes getting presents on their birthday. It's exciting. And when you get something that was given to you by someone you love, that you care about, it's just special, and it's nice. I mean, it's a birthday. Do birthday stuff. I really don't love how that brown mixes in with the other browns. I think it should be more of a golden color, but I'll sponge it on in a couple of places. For all the struggle I went through to get that fucking brown, and I don't even like it? No. Ugh. Let's see. Maybe a bit of towel light ochre. Just a little bit. We'll see what that does. Get a little bit of variation in there. I don't know what it's gonna do. You don't know what it's gonna do. That's what we're here to find out. If you knew, you'd tell me though, right? I have to post in-depth photos of this model so you can see the sponging better. We'll see. I haven't quite gotten the right colors yet. So I don't want to share it with anyone until it looks right. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't think so anyway. We're going to see how it all changes when I put a brown wash over it. Because that'll tint the colors slightly. I'm just kind of painting bravely and, you know, hoping that this looks vaguely like pie crust when it's done. This Tao isn't going to be perfect. He's the test model. He needs to be on theme when he's done with all the colors in the right place, looking vaguely correct. That is his job. Because then I can write down the process that I took to get to him. And that'll be the same process that is replicated throughout the entire model line, army thing. That's what I wanted to say. But yeah, we've put a little bit of sponging on him to try and just add some variety. And now I'm gonna just fucking go for the wash on this. I feel like it's the right time. I'll have to clean up the green before I can do the wash on that part, but the brown, that's getting a wash tonight. And then maybe a glaze. Who knows? I'll figure it out. I will post photos, though. If you want. I can do that. I can commit to that. I'll be okay with that. Oh, God. I do just love this color, though. Seraphim Sepia, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It makes everything look better and old and rusted and like pie crust today. Actually, this isn't even Seraphim Sepia. This is fucking Reichland Flesh Shade. Putting a wash on everything makes it look better, in my opinion. We'll see. Maybe we'll do one arm with some Reichland Flesh Shade, do the other with some Seraphim Sepia, and see what the difference is, but I mean, I kind of like how this one looks. I can even add some variety by just sponging up parts of it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch of a step to have to do, but that's what we're gonna do. Painting on the wash and then sponging up parts of it gets a really nice variation effect. So I think that's what I'll be doing to even add to that baked pie crust look even more. It's so nice when I get to make videos about these and just tell you step by step how I did it, and you don't have to see any of the dumbass parts where I'm just trying shit out and I'm like, yeah, this will probably work. And if it doesn't, well, then I'm fucked. But it'll probably work. So much of my process is guesswork. I don't want anyone to think this is scientific. It's not. I just do things. Then I write them down and replicate them. And that feels a little bit more scientific because I have a data chart to reference, but I'm just a maverick. Probably also going to keep me from getting any kind of Tide stains that I don't want. I'm holding my brush in my teeth. That's why I sound weird. Hopefully that'll be a nice side effect. Yeah, but let me see if I can kind of get you closer in there. Even if it's just a DM, you want that? Sure, yeah, no problem. No problem. I'll share my weird pie crust secrets with you. I used, what, Kislev flesh for the base. I used, Scrag brown. And Tau ochre light. And a little bit of this brown. I used some Steel Legion drab, but I'm gonna be omitting that from the final recipe because I didn't like how it looked. And then a bit of Reikland Flesh Shade. I probably won't do, but I could do a coat of Seraphim Sepia wash over this wash, and I could glaze some Sigismund Yellow Clear if I wanted any parts to look especially like baked to a golden brown, because that has a nice kind of yellowy tone to it. But I don't know that I'm going to do that. I might. I'm not saying that I won't do it, but I don't know that I feel it's particularly necessary in this case. I am going to try and panel line the green parts, and I'm very nervous about trying to do that. Never really had any success with panel lining before, the few times I've tried to achieve that, so we'll see how we get on this time around. Some areas are just going to be impossible to reach with the sponge, so we're going to have to live with them however they are, and that's okay. The nice part about painting an army is, you know, as much as you want to make every single piece stand out and be as perfect as it can be, it'll be in an army of its brethren, and if it doesn't look perfect, well, you know, probably no one's going to notice. No one really spent that much time at the tournament, besides when we were going around looking at the various armies that were on display. No one really was critiquing anyone's paint job or being a dick about it, so I think as long as your models are painted and you like them, they satisfy your artistic taste, you are not going to get shit for it. Which is nice to know. I was worried about that. People find it really fun also to try and guess what candy things are based off of. So I really like that. A couple people got them right, and that's always fun. It's also really satisfying to get this towel painted up. I spent so long struggling over colors, not knowing what I wanted to paint, not being sure if whether my artistic integrity was gonna still be here as a style and as kind of like a brand, I guess, of painting things to look like food and candy. if I just kind of went with what was already there on the tile that I got. I'm really looking forward to, I think I'm going to try and make a video when I paint up the stealth suits about how to find your own style no matter what. No matter what prompt you're working with, no matter what parameters you have. Painting things to look like they're really your own models has merit and value, and in the end, that's what's gonna make me the most happy. When the models look like I painted them. Not that I can't take inspiration from other painters and other styles, and I certainly do and have, but I think if I just tried to paint an army of Mountain Dew inspired Tau, I wouldn't like it nearly as much as the idea I came up with. And I tried to want to do Constructicon themed Tau, because I thought it would be funny, especially with how many people were enjoying or ridiculing my take on, Oh, okay. So what candy is this one based off? It's a dessert, but it's got pie crust and a lime filling. And whipped cream is a crucial ingredient. So, see if you can put all that together and see if you can guess what dessert that is, Kraz. Consequently, it's not only any dessert, it's my favorite dessert in the entire universe. It's the one I enjoy eating the most. I think it's perfectly balanced. Not this color scheme, but the dessert that it's based off. It's key lime pie. They're key lime pie Tau. I don't even think I really need to sponge off the color for that variation. I can, but I'm not noticing too much of a color difference when I do that. Maybe on like these big boxy guns it's smart to do, but I think it looks just as good if I don't. Like comparing the kind of gun turrety backpack parts. He's making chocolate gelato. Fucking hell, Graham. Why are you not sending me chocolate gelato? I would like some. That sounds delicious. Please eat shitloads of it so that you can enjoy that doubly so for me, because I would go to town on some chocolate gelato. That sounds awesome. From what you tell me, it seems like you always have pretty good sweets on offer at your place. I think you were talking about making an angel food cake the other day. That sounded good. Chocolate gelato sounds good. Obviously, I will tear up key lime pie if it is put in front of me. Or if it's even just on sale at the grocery store. I buy... Most of my key lime pies are just grocery store pies. I don't live in an area where key limes are like readily available fresh or anything like that. I think it's kind of dubious as to where those limes are from. If they said it was key lime, I don't know that I would believe that. But maybe I should try making it from scratch sometime. But yeah, that looks like pie crust. Absolutely. Yeah, it does. So that's awesome. Very happy about that. That is undoubtedly pie crust to me. Wonderful. Excellent. Thing that I was worried about working, it works. We love to see that on a test model. You got an ice cream addition to our KitchenAid mixer for his birthday. Oh, that's really sweet. And really smart, because now you get to enjoy ice cream. Hi, Tigress. You're procrastinating watching a movie. Why don't you just watch the movie? I promise it's edited and directed better than whatever the shit this is. Probably got more talented voice cast, too. Although, as we have seen, I do a Gilbert Godfrey impression. It's not a good one. I think I changed my mind. I think I want to paint this troll to look like pizza, so I'm just going to throw a base coat on here. He's not going to be a strawberry troll anymore. He's going to be a pizza troll. He's going to match with my pizza team. And I'll do a little menu board on his little sign there. I don't even remember how I painted this exactly, but that's okay. I'm sure I can figure it out, or at least, at the very least, paint something relatively similar. I literally made a video tutorial on how to paint stuff to look like pizza, so if all else fails, I will watch my own tutorial and figure it the fuck out. That's the nice part about recording your painting process. If you need to know how to do something, the video exists to teach you how to do the thing you forgot. Yeah, rip strawberry. It doesn't always work. Do you know how many times I have an idea and I start painting it and then I'm like, I don't want to do that idea anymore, because it's a lot of the time. Those Tao originally were going to be Mountain Dew Tao, and then they were going to be Arizona Green Tea Tao, and then they were going to be Constructicon Tao, Bioshock inspired Tao, kind of like a gingerbread Candyland inspired Tao. So they've been through some changes, but key lime pie is what I think we're landing on. I'm really liking how all of it's coming together. And I only have a couple more kind of steps that I want to do to finish off the army scheme. So, yeah, I'm like 95% confident that this is the final theme and the final scheme. I just have to, I have to finish my test model, so I can finalize the steps, and then hope you like Tao, because guess what I'll be batch painting until the end of days. Actually, that's a lie. I get to put that off a little bit, because I still haven't told Kraz, my 3D printing friend, how many bases I need and what size those bases are, because I haven't counted up all the fucking Tao that I own. I need to do that so that I can put that order for bases in. And then get everything all fixed up and reprimed. It'll happen. It'll happen. Eventually. Make that order. You'll do it on your free week. Okay. If you want to message me, give me a deadline that you need that by, and then make that deadline a day sooner than the real deadline so that I can have some pressure for when to get that to you. so that you can get started on that. And then, if I freak out and forget to do it, I can send it to you a day late and still feel like I'm not missing any deadline and you won't hate me. If that makes sense. April 25th. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. Alright. He's kind of looking like a carrot right now. God damn it. We went from a strawberry to a carrot. Am I just switching fucking fruits and vegetables around? He'll look like a pizza in the end, I promise you. We just take a couple of steps to get there. Yo, Chris! Welcome! How are you doing? Everybody was so interested in how I did Party Boys bass that I feel like I gotta do a basing tutorial on how to do moon basses and then just put that out as like a quick video. How would you guys feel about that? I know I've done some quick like basing tutorials before that have just been like candy stuff or bowling alley carpet stuff, but I think I might make like a moon one just because it was really easy and people seemed to like how it looked. I don't know. Do you think that would be cool? Yeah, I can literally make that video in like a day because it takes no time to do, no time to paint. It's so easy. Base videos are cool. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling great. I'm glad that watching my stream will help out with that. Just here for some wholesome times, you know. Painting a troll. We got a really great, let me see if I can actually get this in focus a little bit for you. You've been following the process of my key lime pie towel army. We did the pie crust today. We got a little bit messy, so we have a few things to clean up, and the wash is drying. But like, hang on, let me adjust this camera. I am a filmmaker. Alright. That is quite bright. But like, yeah, okay, you can see it real good there. Hopefully it's coming in clear on the stream. But like, we have variation, we have tone, we have variety, we got some texture in there. All things that are contributing to making this look like real pie crust on this towel. And I know he shows up like this super vibrant lime green on the screen. He's not quite that way in real life. He's a lot more subdued. And I can never quite get that to register the right way. But yeah, we got the pie crust part down today, and that's very exciting. All you heard was crust. Ooh. Sorry that you have to watch a depressing Japanese World War II film. That sounds honestly pretty shitty. But I hope your dinner's good at least. Yeah. He is turning out dope. Old Commander Bojangles ain't too shabby over there. Hopefully I'll get him finished up soon. A really fun project that I've been working on for months. I'm starting to see some results for. Starting to get put together. Can't give you any details about it. Unfortunately, there's still months to go before that comes out. I don't think any of you are expecting it, which is great. I really hope that when it does release, you guys are interested in it and you'll like it. one of the things I've been working super, super hard on, but I'm finally starting to see some results for it, and hoo boy, does that make me even more fired up to keep working on it. It's probably going to be my favorite thing that I've made for this channel, and I cannot wait. Cannot wait to show it to you. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it's cool then, and I hope your podcast goes well. I know it's kind of shitty of me to talk about future projects when I can't even tell you the details. But you'll just have to trust me that it's cool. Which again sounds shady, like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I swear I do. It's really cool. Promise. I promise. It's called building hype. Yes, that's what it is. I'm getting you early access passes to the hype train. You're getting the good seats. You're getting the private little hype cabins with complimentary cucumber melon water. That's what hotels give people, right? Fancy water with fruit and stuff in it. I think so anyway. So it's gonna be a while till the hype train pulls into the old station. We got a couple more months to go. You guys will be patient. I know it's hard. But we'll get there. I'm having trouble being patient for it. But we'll all get there together. It's a good thing for me to look forward to. And I think I need that. Post-Adepticon, I've kind of been in a lull of like, oh man, what event do I have on the horizon that's worth looking forward to? I need to either like pick out another con to go to and actually make like firm plans with people for how to get there and how to attend it, or you know, just kind of plan something for next year maybe. I don't quite know exactly, but I need to find another thing that captures my interest the same way playing in an Age of Sigmar tournament at Adepticon did. It's good to have stuff like that, I think. Fiverfest 2023 cheese sandwiches. Nah, it's not gonna be cheese sandwiches. Although, you know, that would fit with the food theme of this channel. I won't deny you that. Won't deny you that. I am, however, I think I'm going to call it a wrap on this stream. I know it's a lot shorter than my usual stream, but it's later for me. I'm beginning to feel a little bit lightheaded, and that is probably a good signal that my brain is like, hey, you should stop painting. You're done with it. So, sorry to cut this one a little bit short. I know that people were looking forward to hanging out, but I gotta take care of myself and get some rest, because got work tomorrow, and it's the weekend, so I'll see if I can find some time to squeeze another stream in. We'll see what happens. But I will post some photos of my key lime pie guy on the Discord, and until next time, I really appreciate you for hanging out. Have a good one, and happy Friday for tomorrow. Hopefully your end of the week is gonna be really easy.